Buenos dias and welcome to Guanajuato City, Mexico, known by foreigners as the colorful city, and is actually the cultural capital of Mexico, rich with history, and even at one point was the actual capital of Mexico temporarily. So a beautiful, wonderful city, and we're gonna share a little bit more of the architecture and beauty with you, as well as some of the history of this amazing city today. So our first stop is at the Mummy Museum, which we're headed right now. And basically what happened is there's this cemetery in the 1800s, and because there's kind of limited space here in the city, because it's built in a valley, the local authorities were basically saying, hey, if you want your loved ones' bodies to stay here, you're gonna need to pay us a fee. And a lot of people were like, okay, we don't have the money to pay, we can't. So what happened was they exhumed these bodies and realized that they were mummified. And this was not done intentionally. This was unintentionally from the mineral content and I guess the oxygen level of the way that they were buried, and basically perfectly exhumed. So the bodies were taken and put in this like storage, like warehouse. The gatekeepers started charging people to see the bodies, and that was the start of the Mummy Museum. So that's where we're headed right now. I know that can make a few people uneasy, so if you want, we've time-stamped all of the different locations we're going to today in the description section below, so you can just skip around to whatever you feel is best. But right after the Mummy Museum, we're gonna go to the valley of the alley of the Kiss, which should be a little bit more romantic.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, right? And then afterwards, getting some lunch, exploring some more of the downtown area, and then heading up to this iconic point for a hopefully beautiful sunset of the entire city view from above. So really excited to have you along with us. Let's get to it. We're here at the iconic Alley of the Kiss, and the legend has it that there was the daughter of this wealthy man and a miner, as Guanajuato is a very popular kind of mining destination, or was, and fell in love. The father prohibited it, and I don't know if he actually stabbed, but like killed his daughter because he would never allow her to date someone of such a poor class. That's the story, and apparently they lived here, here in this balcony, and what you can do is go up with your loved one and get photos taken or videos taken here on the balcony, but really beautiful spot. Very, very popular though, so make sure you get here early. And legend also has it that if you come here and you kiss your loved one, you have 7 years of happiness. So I don't know what happens on year number 8, but at least you get 7. Another iconic part of Guanajuato City are all of these underground streets that you'll find throughout. Now, Guanajuato is built into a valley, and obviously as the population increased and more people started using automobiles, there was more necessity for kind of more roads. So a lot of these old water caverns were converted then into streets, and as well as some new kind of roads were built underneath. So really neat, you can just kind of see it throughout the city, a really cool feature, and we're pretty hungry, so let's go eat. On our way to go grab lunch, we stopped and saw this crowd gathering and realized that it was a movie scene. You can kind of see the whole setup over here and all the actors. Super cool.
So Guanajuato actually has a very European feel with little cafes and balcony seating areas, and we came to one of them called La Vie en Rose. It's a mix of French and Mexican dishes, and what we got today was more of like a breakfast brunch kind of dishes. This galette, I think it's called, and croque madame. as well as a couple of lemonades, some coffee, and pear dessert that we're super excited to try. So let's see how it tastes.
So we're here in front of the Basilica of Guanajuato. Now, I don't know the exact name because I'm terrible at pronouncing, so I'll put it up on the screen. But this is one of the most iconic and beautiful buildings in Guanajuato City, as you can see from the vibrant yellow and red exterior, and the inside is even more beautiful. One of the most beautiful and ornate basilicas that I've personally ever been in. And as you can see behind me, there's this kind of fairly large crowd that's formed. So less than an hour ago, I was inside just kind of trying to discreetly film the interior, and all of a sudden I hear these drums, like military drums, just getting louder and louder and louder and closer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? And then as I'm about ready to leave, I look out and I see that there's this huge funeral procession coming into the basilica. This large casket, statues of Mary, and even Simi, this famous mascot of this pharmacy chain in Mexico, was even part of the procession. So just crazy, trumpets sounding. So obviously someone very, very notable, and I kind of got caught in the middle of it, but kind of crazy experience here. Otherwise, it was very, very peaceful, and still, I mean, amazing and beautiful. Definitely put this on your list when coming to Guanajuato City. All right, we are here outside of the funicular station, and essentially the funicular, and I'm probably mispronouncing it, here in Guanajuato, is a trolley that takes you up the hill to the El Pípila?
El Pípila?
El Pípila monument, which is this monument to a local miner and local war hero who fought and rebelled against the Spanish. So it's supposed to be a beautiful ride up on the funicular, up to the kind of the hill area, and supposed to be very beautiful views of the entire city of Guanajuato, and we're going to be there right around sunset. Now, you don't have to take the funicular. You could hike when you're here in Guanajuato, which is free to hike up and hike back down, but if you do take the funicular, how much is it?
It was 30 pesos per person, just one way. If you want to do there and back, would be 60 pesos.
Gotcha, yeah, so 60 pesos there and back if you want, and like I said, we'll kind of see if it's worth it. Let's go up. Look at this beautiful view, not just of the city, but also all the surrounding mountains. And that's actually where Guanajuato gets its name from. So another word that I can't pronounce, the natives gave this land, which we'll put here on the screen, was later became or translated into Guanajuato, which means land of mountainous frogs.
Mountainous land of frogs.
Something like that, which basically the natives believed that the mountains here resembled frogs. So we'll let you guys decide. That's also one of the reasons you'll see a lot of frog art throughout the city of Guanajuato, on like different carved in doors and different kind of artwork. So there's a little bit more history for you. just finished an amazing meal here at Oajillo restaurant. Amazing food that unfortunately didn't look that great on camera, but went really well into our stomachs. Also a really great place for cocktails and apparently brunch. So when you're in Guanajuato, definitely stop here at Oajillo. And this concludes our adventure today, at least, in our weekend here in Guanajuato, and hope you guys enjoyed it. You better add Guanajuato to your itinerary. Even if it's a day trip or a weekend, it is 1,000% worth it. This is definitely, we were just talking, our favorite city in Mexico and one of our favorite experiences and places yet in the world. Very special, rich of color, history, art, just a really amazing, wonderful place. And unfortunately, so many people don't know that's beneficial to us. It's our little secret. So be sure to add Guanajuato to your itinerary, and we hope that you enjoyed today's adventure as much as we did. If you'd like to see more adventures like this here in Mexico and all over the world, then be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, of course, be sure to remember to give it a thumbs up and comment anything that we can help you with or any questions that we can answer. Let us know in the comments, and we'll get back to as many as humanly possible. And lastly, if you know of someone who's skeptical about Mexico, thinks it's all dangerous, thinks there's nothing to offer, share this video with them and prove them wrong. A really amazing, wonderful place, wonderful people, great food, all that good stuff. So be sure to share this. And as always, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. We loved having you along and look forward to seeing you in many more. Bye.